Hello guys, during lockdown, you guys must have heard of that companies are going to cut off their cost mainly on the basis of HRD, that is Human Resource Department. Now, what is mean by cost cutting? Cost cutting is a process or measure implemented by the company to reduce the cost or expenses incurred and increase the profitability. Measures for cost cutting. Layoff employee. Now, what does mean by layoff? Layoff means to terminate the employee. But the only reason for the termination is downsizing of the business. Downsizing of the business is done when the business is suffering recession or the business is not able to pay the employee. So they terminate the employee only and only basis of the downsizing and not on the basis of performance. So that termination will not be termed as firing of the employee. That termination will be termed as layoffs. Sometimes layoff may be considered as the break given to the employee, maybe for 6 months or 9 months or a year, and they may or may not rehire the same employee, but there is not a criteria terminate less experienced personnel. Now, in this case, the employer will try to retain highly skilled and experienced staff because they are more capable for making the right decision during the recession timing. Now, they can have the another option for the employee as well. For example, employee A and employee B both are working for the same hours and for the same salary. The employer can give an option to employee B that work for 10 hours and your salary will be 20,000. In this case, if the employee B chooses the option, so he will be working for 10 hours and getting salary 20,000, means 5,000 extra. In this case, the company will have the most cost cutting because here employee A was getting 15,000. Now the 5,000 is diverted to employee B and employee A is terminated now. That 10,000 is saved for the company. Reduces employees' job timing and pay. Now the employer may give an option to employee that they can work for the part time or they will have to leave the job because company is not able to pay that much salary. Now if the employee chooses the option to have the part-time job, then they will be getting lesser salary as compared to the full-time. Company may switch to small office or the less expensive area where there will be less rents for the premises. Next, eliminate outsourcing. They must have outsourced their work to the professional advertising agencies or the marketing agencies, like for the hoardings or for the broadcast on the television sets for increasing the marketing. And they must have the contractors, so they can choose the other contractors as well who will be charging less for the raw materials and for the supplies. Thank you.